Okay, Will, so back in November on the paper one, you scored 58, which was only a few marks off what you would have needed for grade C. So let's see how much of that you still got in you and how much of it has leaked away in the last 2 months. Okay, good start. With this one, there is 16 there, and there are 30 altogether, but 16 over 30 isn't a half. And you haven't written that as a fraction either, so I can't give you either of the 2 marks there. What you were looking for was to write 16 over 30 and then simplify that. Rectangle, trapezium, pentagon. Good. So 8 on the first page. Okay, so that's correct. Not really sure what you're trying to do there. And you've got the axes wrong here. The marks out of 10 need to go across the bottom and the frequency need to come up here. So out of the 4 marks available today, you've only got the 1 mark for completing the frequency column. 5 times 40 plus 50 is correct, but you have to do that first. So you've done it in the wrong order. You've done the adding before the multiplying, and that's giving you the wrong answer. Okay, so you should have done 540 is 200 plus 50 is 250. You always multiply before you add. You get 1 mark because that part of the formula is correct, and 45 is correct there. So you've got 4 full page. Symmetry is good. That's good. Right, what have you done here? She uses 1/5 of the £500 to pay her rent. No, so you've misunderstood the question here. All you need to do here is compare how much 1/5 of 500 is to how much 25% or 1/4 of £500 is. You've taken off the 1/5 and then worked out 1/4 of what was left. And that's basically gives you the same thing there. So you've made the same mistake that possibly Tim has made. So I'm afraid I can't give you any marks for that. That's correct, that's correct, that's correct. £7.12 is correct. So 9 marks on that page. 5.8 foot is a bit too tall really for the height of a car, and also what you're doing here is working out an estimate, so you're working with a pretty complicated figure. You're better off working in metric and going for 1.5 or 1.5 meters, or 5 foot, but 5.8 is too tall. So I can't give you the mark for what you're using for your estimate, but then you're saying, I can see here that you're working 1, 2, 3, 4. There's another 4 cars there, so it's actually 5 times the height of 1 car. So that should be 5, and then you would have been in the right area. So I'll give you 1 for your method. And then 1 for your answer based on what you've done. 49 is wrong, and it's wrong. You're right in that you're finding the middle, which is what you need to do for the median, but you have to put the list in order first. So the first thing you need to do is check, is that list in order? Sometimes they give it you in order, sometimes it's not. This time it's not, so you can't get the marks for that. You've ordered the list here. Now in order to work out the range, it's just the largest take away the smallest. You haven't done it, I can't give you the mark. You're throwing away an awful lot of easy marks here, Will. R, P and Q is 3, 5 for the page. 14 is wrong. You haven't written down the method that you've used to get 14, but I'm guessing that you've worked out the perimeter. It's 7 and 7 is 14. You're looking for the area here, which is length times width. So that's wrong. And for this, you've done 15 times 14. Which is 210 plus that. So for your wrong answer, you've got that right. 61 is correct. That's good. Take a look at my solution for that on the video clip, because that's something that you should be able to do. 6 for the page. 120, well done. And there are questions here that you certainly should be able to do, and you have plenty of time because you sat reading your book for pretty much the second half of the lesson. So that is a concern to me, because you give the impression that everything was going swimmingly, and that was all completed. So after a fairly promising start, you have scored 8, 12, 21, 26, 32, 35, 36, 36. 36 is an F. You're a long way off a grade C, 30 marks off a grade C. You're 4 marks off an E. And it's difficult for me to show you what you're getting wrong if you're just leaving huge chunks of the paper out. You're going to have to do better than that, Will, because you're now a long way further away from that C than you were in November.